There's a virtual reality game called First Land, considered one of the best and most beloved games for gamers. In this game, players can be flying dragons and other fantastic creatures. In this game world, a lady named Mio, who runs the First Land news notification channel, goes live on YouTube. She's excited and tells her audience that something special is happening. Many people gather in front of the Black Dragon's den. The 700-level standing of these dragons has made them boss monsters, and they have killed many skilled rankers who were ignorant of their strength. The top 0.1% rankers lie in 600 levels. Therefore, nobody wants to carry the dragon raid. So why did everyone gather around? The answer to this question is Kimfist Potato, the only player who has achieved the level of 712, who will challenge the raid. Kim is a sensation because he has single-handedly wiped out multiple dungeons and boss monsters. Many social streamers and even broadcasters are covering the scene. There has been great anticipation regarding Kim's ability to defeat the Black Dragon and retain his top position since the game's inception. As Kim makes his way toward the dungeon, he can't help but be amazed by the immense crowd gathered to witness his raid, despite his familiarity with previous successful raids. Distracted, Kim called upon the dragon. Right after, a ferocious, humongous black dragon named Nibelhelium emerges from the dungeon. As the stronger species enters the scene, a palpable aura of weakening effect envelops everyone, dampening their fighting spirit. However, Kim stands fearlessly amidst the crowd before his formidable opponent. Suddenly, a warning sign materializes, bearing an encrypted message that only Kim can proceed with the raid, emphasizing the certainty of failure if he gets killed. Kim embarks on the raid without hesitation, leaving the vlogger lady amazed by his unwavering courage. However, an unexpected error disrupts the proceedings just as the raid commences. Undeterred, Kim seizes the opportunity and swiftly obliterates the dragon, his Fist of Judgment skill delivering a devastating blow that instantly extinguishes the Black Dragon's life. The spectators, including the lady, are left amazed by this remarkable feat. However, her admiration quickly transforms into realization as she discovers that Kim had exploited a game bug to enhance his equipment's performance, enabling him to overpower the dragon. The words of Kim's triumphant raid quickly spread throughout the town. In the real world inside a hospital, two individuals engage in a lively discussion, marveling at Kim's exceptional combat prowess. They express their bewilderment at how a human could achieve such a remarkable skill level without even scamming the game. One guy in a wheelchair excuses them to calm their voices down, as the patients don't like such people around. But little did these two gossiping teens know they were talking about this person's prowess in the game, the wheelchair-bound person's name. Kim Ji-han is the strongest player ever seen on the maps of First Land. He is not a prodigy, not an anomaly, but a bug player, a person who exploited these loopholes in the system to become the strongest character around in the entirety of this game, as the ridiculous buffs and boosts he can activate are so powerful that one might as well just ignore the rules of the game. He utilized all of these unfair tactics for one motive, to earn money, and Kim even claims he is ashamed for all of this, and he's sure he'll be punished too someday. Meanwhile, an award with Kim Ji-han and a female patient on life support, he's looking at his finances, and that for the next month he has to save up money, which makes him think that he has to earn a lot of money as soon as possible. With that thought in mind, three rather weirdly cool-looking men stand behind him while they taunt Kim as the rank one, asking him if he came here again and that he is worried about his younger sister's care. One of the three further states that it's a miracle that she still endured all these operations and that Kim himself would be joyous. But then that man mentioned the problematic part for Kim, the position regarding money, the dreadful part of the conversation for our hero, as he owes money to these men. That money just increased as he owes them even more now, and that figure is well above 200 million won. Kim looks at him begrudgingly. The man reminds Kim again that he told him that he would pay the money back in 6 months. But when Kim stops earning money from the game, he and his sister will be slaughtered by this powerful creditor. And Kim can do anything to make money, because now it's a moment of life and death. Kim is depressed as he looks crestfallen and stressed out regarding what just happened. He's having mixed emotions of sadness, helplessness, and anger all at once. And with this, he goes into his memories of the past where he was sitting and playing the game where his sister Keek was complaining and watching his gameplay, simultaneously congratulating him over his achievements and expertise in the game. She asks him how he became so good, and that playing games must really suit him, and with that, he makes an oath that he will definitely become a pro gamer in the future. But as time passed, this normal teen who loved playing games was met with a strange fate that changed his life. On a certain fateful day, the family of Kim was struck by an inferno. As he was being rushed by the medics into the ambulance, he only had one plea to please save his family from that disaster, but unfortunately, both of his parents passed away that day. His younger sister fell into a coma, and Kim himself became half paralyzed. And even though in these times of despair when he needed a shoulder to cry on, the world asked him only one thing: money. All the expenses piled up in the blink of an eye. And as a high school student who didn't have any sources of income, Kim turned to a loan shark to get money for everything. And since then, the only thought eating away at his sanity is that his and his sister's life would be all over if he failed to pay back. And as a crippled person, he only has one way to do so: by playing games. And that is how one day he stumbled upon the game named First Land, and since then, it's been over 18 months now that he's been using bugs to become the first-ranked player in the game. He focuses on the money in his account, which amounts to 50 million wons. Still, this tug between his inner duality is causing the problem, as one side says that he has to honestly work hard, while the other is speaking to use bugs and make his way through the game to make money. And the choice here is clear. The game means cash to him, as he swears that he will earn a lot of money to keep those financial tycoons away from him and his sister. And with this, he enters the game world again. He goes back to the initial location of the Black Dragon's lair, but now it's all quiet as all the bystanders have left the place. Now he's checking the items he got in his inventory. He's surprised that the things he got after slaying the dragon aren't there, but then a woman shows up from behind with the items and asks him if he is looking for them. He turns his eyes towards the woman, and that very instant, he's attacked by a powerful lightning attack. Kim has been ambushed by the woman, his life points drastically fell to critically fatal levels, and the only one standing here was the woman who attacked, as she condescendingly calls out his name, and then calls Kim a disgrace as he's just trash who uses bugs to clear the game. Now, even though the system labels him as a bug player, he asks the woman why she has his items out of sheer panic and curiosity. She crushes those items by calling them his property as a joke, and the things that he obtained unjustly are not even his to begin with. And the list doesn't even start here. His weapons, shields, accessories, potions, miscellaneous items, and even his level stats have been a fake facade since the beginning, as all were obtained with the aid of bugs. But now, thanks to Kim, that woman, who gets something great out of this scenario. Out of sheer panic, Kim asks whether she is a game developer or someone of the sort, but she denies it and claims she's just another user like Kim himself. She just got lucky with her role here and nothing more, and her role is really unique among all those weird jobs. The next thing Kim sees is her level, which is 807, way more than Kim himself. With a wicked grin, the woman gazes at him and expresses gratitude for reaching such a high level, courtesy of him. However, she now threatens him, warning that his character will be deleted due to his unfair exploitation of numerous bugs. Kim attempts to flee, but his efforts prove futile. Desperation fills his mind as he realizes he cannot perish in this manner. He contemplates the best course of action, considering seizing this opportunity to quit the game and never return. Losing his character would undoubtedly result in financial difficulties in the real world. As she utters her disdain for someone like Kim, deeming him trash, she strikes him. The system reveals her true identity as a bug eater, and all the benefits Kim gained through bug usage are now slated for deletion. At this moment, he can only ponder this is the end. All of his possessions vanish, leaving him solely responsible for this predicament. Regret consumes him as he chastises himself forever, resorting to using bugs. The woman expresses amusement in treating him this way solely because he had exploited these bugs for his benefit. Considering everything he has done up until now, he feels remorseful. Observing the situation, she presents him with a chance to rectify his mistakes by creating a new character and locating the woman who had stripped away everything from him. After much contemplation, he ultimately decides to delete his character. Now Kim needs to reach at least 600 levels to start making money, but he's still got to be confident that he can earn 50 million won with any other work. But what will happen if he asks the gang boss to increase the deadline? Just thinking of it, he imagines getting butchered by them and decides to drop the matter. He is frustrated and can't think of a way out of his misery, and it is all because of that blonde girl who was on level 800. Right after, he remembers about the opportunity she has offered him and about creating a new game character. So Kim readily created a new account and goes out in search of her. She gets surprised at how Kim finds her so quickly. When Kim reaches her, he can notice her insanely high level, but surprisingly she doesn't have any rank, and he also realizes that she is not an ordinary user. Kim asks her if she can give her an opportunity to regain his previous ranking. Kim gets so apologetic that he bows down on his knees and places his forehead on the ground. He also admits all the things he did wrong, abusing bugs. He apologizes for all of his wrongings he had made since the very inception of this game. The blonde girl gets confused to watch Kim begging for another chance. She asks him if he has no pride and how he could touch his face to the ground, but she also says he cannot care about his dignity. She starts giving information about Kim's age, his sister, the accident that killed his family, the loan shark, and how he began playing to make money. Kim Jihan gets shocked. But before he can even speak, he further tells him not to be curious about it and that what is actually important is that she can help him, and there is only one condition: he has to play the game like his life depends on it. Upon hearing that Kim's blood goes cold, he starts feeling nauseous and dizzy, but her next sentence that she can help him make the money he needs to earn makes him think. She tells him that she won't let him abuse the bugs, she will make him follow the proper route, and that she will turn him into a ranker once again, but he will have to beat up the people who are bug abusers, as she offers him a quest. She adds that it will take him 3 months to reach level 700. Kim is amused by how Maya was showing such good conditions and says that he did come for an opportunity, but thought that you would get ignored, to which she responds that if someone were to hear them, they would feel that she is doing this for money. But the real reason is that she hates bugs and the people who use them, and she's giving him an opportunity because he seems useful to her. When you read the quest, it said to reach level 210 days. It took ordinary people a month, hood people 20 days, and rarely could any people do it in 10 days. The blonde girl tells him to complete the quest and prove that he is worthy of the opportunity he was given. Kim is hesitant but decides to accept the search and makes up his mind to show her that he is a useful person. Two young men are in the hunting ground watching others killing the level 1 slime and enchanting how they once tried to kill a mob boss when they were on level 1. Still, they lost and realized that they shouldn't touch an orc while being on a low level. As they were talking, Kim decided to stand in front of an orc and challenges it, knowing damn well that if he wanted to reach level 210 days, he has to attack an opponent way stronger than him. While the blonde girl is standing nearby watching him, saying that it is not easy to do that in this game as flashback hits her, she remembers when she bit him. She thought the most bugs people can use is 5, but that was not the case with Kim because he has used a total of 62 bugs, which is nearly impossible because to create a bug, one has to find a system error, and catching that many errors meant having a high understanding of the game. It is annoying, but not anyone can create a bug. Meanwhile, Kim dodges every attack made by the orc and finally lands a punch on the orc. The orc is smirking, but he tells him that there are still 999 more to go. The reason he is attacking an orc and not a slime is that one punch to an orc gives points worth 100 slimes, so his plan is to dodge all the attacks and punch the orc 1,000 times, which according to the blonde girl is an easy task for him. Kim is a guy who could figure out the basic pattern of a game, which was why it is easy for him to create so many bugs, leaving aside the fact that he is just as talented in games. The blonde girl needs someone who can understand bugs, and he is the perfect fit for a job as a bug eater. Kim's memories flash, and he returns to when he first started playing games. It was before he could even go to even elementary school. The game was a common RPG game about a warrior killing demons. Although he didn't remember much about the game, he only remembered one specific monster from the competition. A giant golem shows up as soon as the game starts. One hit from the golem was enough to get killed. Since the monster was hard to beat, Kim always had to win it multiple times. And after a couple of times, he got a hold of his weird attack pattern and was finally able to kill him. From the game's story, the players had to kill the golem to continue, but Kim realized that the golem was programmed in such a way that it was almost impossible to defeat it. Now Kim has entered the base of the cave goblin. A system shows up and informs that the required hunt level is 210. It further reports that various types of monsters have shown up, and this task is recommended to do in a group. After the screen disappears, the monsters start attacking, but Kim, known as the Kinfit guy, is confident in him and determined to achieve 10 more levels from this quest. He steps forward and monsters start to leap onto him, but Kim easily knocks them down individually. The hidden player looks at her from afar. She already knows he can level up easily, but looking at him now, she is amused at his leveling speed. As she noticed his fighting skills, she couldn't help but wonder why he used bugs to level up when he could have used his skills because they were sufficient. Soon she realizes that she wouldn't have been able to meet him if it wasn't for the bugs he used in his game, wouldn't have acknowledged his talent, and would have ignored him. Kim had already finished as she was busy thinking, and now his level had gone up. He notices the hidden player looking at him with concern, so he asks her if she has any complaints, but all she can think of is why Kim is not leveling up as he should be. It has already been 9 days, and he still hasn't reached level 200. She unapologetically grabs Kim's face and asks why he doesn't do group hunting. Kim tells her that he had always hunted alone to avoid getting caught using bugs, and now it has become a habit. She knocks him on his head and tells him that group hunting is the flower of the game, but Kim argues that it doesn't matter even though he didn't used to do group hunting before. She further explains to him that people don't do group hunting just to kill monsters or break dungeons, but to get help in their weakness and to kill many demons. It is necessary to do group hunting for efficiency to level up faster. Furthermore, she tells him to go and find a group party so that they can continue their quest, otherwise they will fail. Later at the player pub, Kim enters the pub and is greeted by the receptionist. She asks him if he wants to help with something, but Kim replies that he is looking for a group to hunt dungeons and monsters of level 220. She quickly asks him to follow her and starts to lead the way. On their way, Kim begins to get nervous because earlier he had made up the story to get the mysterious player off his back, but in reality, he never hunted with a group because he is a serious loner. As they approach the other room, he sees different members of the groups waiting for people to fill their groups. Everyone starts facing Kim as he is just level 190, and everyone there is at least level 200 or above. People start doubting his abilities and skills and question him about deciding to come here. Kim grows more nervous because he doesn't know what to say as he has never interacted with people much. All he did was play games all day. And after the accident, he got busy making money, so he never got the chance to have a proper conversation with someone. The hidden players encourage him to go and talk to people. Kim knows he can't avoid this, so he was up to people and tries talking to them. But it's a disaster. Each word he utters is nonsense and weird. People start to avoid him by telling him their group is already full. The hidden player cannot take this anymore. She scolds him for being unable to hold a conversation, but Kim tells him he did his best. He asks her if she can be the one to form a group with him, so they can complete quests, as this option seems the best one out there, but she declines his request, reminding him that she isn't able to do this. For the last time, she asks him to go and talk to the remaining tables. Kim agrees and goes to a table. He gulps his nervousness and tells them that he is searching for a group and asks if they would be willing to take him in. Kim caught the group leader's attention, and suddenly he told the group members that he was the guy that killed the orc. Everyone recalls the exact moment and realizes it is the same person. They greet him and tell him they really appreciate his talent, as they were amazed when he fought all 5 orcs alone. They felt like they were watching a rank 1 player. A sense of relief washes over Kim as he feels accepted. The leader welcomes him into his group, and Kim is amazed by his friendliness. Moreover, the group leaders start introducing everyone. He begins with Hiflower, a level 207 light magician. He teaches Site 23, a utility dealer of level 209. Lastly, he introduces himself as the leader named Tank, a reliable tanker of level 210. Then Kim introduces himself as Kimfit Guide, a fighter of level 192. The leader tells Kim that he had been telling them about him since their last encounter, and that all 4 of them are college friends, so they often play together. After hearing this, Kim asks if there is another person because he can only see 3 now. The leader soon realizes that he forgot to mention the last person in their group. As soon as he starts to introduce the previous person, a girl walks up to them, and after noticing, Kim asks the people at the table why someone with a rank under the hundreds was on their table. It was the last member of the group, Kid Nisward's, an assassin of level 215. The leader replies that he is the new recruit. The killer asks the leader if he knows him, and he replies that he is the same guy he keeps talking about. After hearing this, she recognizes him but still questions his level, and asks the leader why he took such a low-leveled guy on the team. The leader tries to defend his choice but gets bashed by the assassin. Meanwhile, Kim starts to feel miserable because everyone thinks he isn't capable of doing much because of his rank. The killer faces him and warns him not to drive them down, and tells him that in the game sense is important, and since her leader took him in, she will let this slide but will keep an eye on him. The leader interrupts their interaction and tells him it's time to level up. As they leave the player pub, Kim hears a familiar voice. It's the hidden player. He asks her where she went, and she tells him she left to give him time to get close to these people. She wishes him luck for his upcoming quests and tells him she will meet him after he levels up to 200. Kim bids her farewell and continues his journey with his new group. From a distance, the hidden player looks at Kim and realizes he is talented, and the leader is lucky as he has already found a bug player but isn't aware of it. After a while, they reach the Dark Magician's swap, and the system shows the information about the required hunt level, which is now 220. As they enter the dungeon, their leader tells them that he had researched the place earlier, as it is a territory they are entering for the first time. He informs them that this place has a lot of undead monsters. The boss's attack pattern is complicated, and the more experience points they give, the more dangerous they are. He briefs them about the strategy for the attack, where he and Fiskutnim will guard the front and the rest will protect the sides and the back. Not long after that, they encounter multiple black hounds of level 200 and above. They come sprinting towards them and launch an attack. Hiflower uses her skills and gives everyone extra strength and health to fight the monsters. They start attacking them, and everyone takes their position and starts fighting, while Kim starts worrying about the assassin as she is all alone in her position. Meanwhile, the killer faces no trouble resisting the monsters. She uses her rampant assassin skill to kill many at once and tells everyone to move quickly, as this is just the beginning. The story goes as Kim went to help the assassin, but she had already defeated all the black hounds. As she does this, Healer starts praising her and she keeps blushing, but not everyone likes her prideful attitude. On top of that, she starts ridiculing Kim as he comes to assist her. She asks him about the front side in a mocking manner, as Kim's duty was originally on the front side. Kim answers her positively, which makes her jaw drop out of surprise. Others look tired after the thrashing battle with the Black Hounds. As they are going forward, skeleton soldiers appear in no time. They stand at level 210, creepy-faced and large in number. It gives the assassin again a chance to show her skills. While slicing them up, she keeps bragging about how better she is than everyone else in games, but she is still frustrated with Kim as he's a part of their team now at a low level, all because of her ego. And here, our hero comes by beating the hell out of skeleton soldiers, again challenging the assassin's ego. His speed increases by fighting beside the assassin, but she doesn't feel good about it. As a skeleton tries to attack Kim from behind, Tanker saves his back with his shield. By doing so, he praises Kim as he is fighting well. Not only that, he also admires his speed and makes it look parallel to the assassin. That praise sends Kim blushing and makes him say that he always does it like that. On the other hand, someone's face is still open due to jealousy. She cannot help but question her credibility due to anger. She lets her anger out on a poor skeleton that makes Tanker laugh, and Kim frightened at the same time. At the moment, Tanker describes the situation to Kim about the ego of the assassin and her competitive nature, but on the other hand, also praises her from her great gaming skills. Her pride is hurt due to Kim's good performance, and the poor skeleton pays the price. Kim is still frightened due to Assassin's pride, but Tanker supports him and says to let things go as they are going. They might make her humble. In the meantime, others reach there too. They thank Kim as they have gone through a dungeon quickly because of him. The healer suggests resting as they are already near the boss area. They make it look so easy, but that makes Kim go into thinking about its difficulty level. And Yu believes that the dungeon is difficult to play and the characters are more powerful than their level. But on the other hand, the stats of group members are pretty normal. In the meantime, others were sitting and drinking potions except Assassin due to frustration. They offer Kim, but he refuses gently. While everyone else is chatting, Kim is still wondering about the ease of the dungeon. By doing so, he stumbles upon thoughts about a familiar feeling he had felt earlier. He leaves the conclusion for the next battle. In the meantime, the utility dealer notices something. He alerts everyone as he sees none other than monsters. Everyone gets up and stands by each other. Tanker alerts Kim. The Dark Crows appear, and the tanker blocks one with his shield. That surprises Kim. The appearance of the Dark Crow army suggests that the boss is nearby. They are all over the sky, descending towards the ground with their claws open. They are the guards of the Dark Magician, and on one of the Dark Crows, the Dark Crow boss is sitting. They fly away if things do not work out for them, so they must kill them as quickly as possible. The Dark Crow boss shows rage, but our warriors are also ready. None other than Assassin is on the front of all. The crows do not get much damage because they have thick skin. Hence their main targets are the knights sitting on the Dark Crows. The utility dealer suggests it, as it is his power to detect weaknesses. The Dark Crows are attacking fiercely while Assassin struggles to fight, but she is determined never to lose. She jumps toward the sky and kills the knight sitting on the Dark Crow with her dagger. Out of nowhere, another Dark Crow appears and tries to attack her from behind. But again, the tanker comes just in time and saves her with his shield. While having the opportunity, Kim attacks the knight sitting on the Dark Crow from behind and kills him. Everyone keeps fighting the Dark Crow army while Healer stands in between and heals them through her power. In the meantime, Kim again gets that nostalgic feeling. That was the feeling that he felt when he was at the top, the feeling of something not being right. Among all the different thoughts Kim has in his mind, he clicks on one and concludes a bug among them. Now he has another thing to worry about. The main thing going on in his mind is finding the one who is the bug among them. At the same moment, the Dark Crow boss appears and descends toward the ground with his Dark Crow claws open to attack Kim. And here, Kim has to take a break from his thoughts and fight back. He stops the attack by grabbing the claw of Dark Crow. It is hard for him to keep the Dark Crow restrained. He calls everyone to assist him. They rush towards him while Healer heals the attack wounds with her power. The tanker uses his shield to crush the Dark Crow claw. The Dark Crow caws with rage while the Dark Crow boss struggles to control it. The utility dealer does not have a special skill left, so he throws his dagger toward the Dark Crow boss. The daggers make the Dark Crow boss struggle on top of the Dark Crow. That makes him more furious. He is now after them with both hands. Kim tries his best to keep a hold of Dark Crow's one claw and does not let it get away. And here the assassin comes, the main damage-causing member of the team. She jumps high on the ground with daggers in both hands, appearing behind the Dark Crow boss. The Dark Crow boss knows he is done for, but still she feels jealous of Kim and wants to show her immense skill. A big blow from behind to the Dark Crow boss puts him and his Dark Crow into the ground. After the intense battle, the tanker sits down with his shield to the ground and takes some ease. Everyone else is also relieved from the intense pressure. Tanker praises everyone. The healer is nice as always, praises Kim specifically, and the assassin stands behind with the usual attitude. At the moment, another piece of good news comes for Kim as his level has increased and he stands at level 199, which means he is only one level away from reaching level 200. For that, everyone again commends him for his success. Kim himself is very happy about it. At the same time, Kim's mind again goes toward the bug thing. Everyone appears so nice and good, it is hard for him to believe that there is a bug among them. By saying everyone appears nice to Kim, excluding the assassin, who always has the same face, Kim has a gut feeling about someone being a bug, but he cannot say yet as he is unsure. This thing again keeps bothering him. Well, we have some company here. Look who has appeared. Someone wearing a veil releases an immense amount of negative energy, acquiring information about his friends who just got killed. And again, ruining the moods of everyone. Why do these things always come when we have the best time going on? Tanker says the same thing. He'd ruin the mood. Well, he is none other than the main villain. The Dark Magician, or one can simply call him the boss. He stands at level 220. It is time for everyone to get ready for another fierce battle. This might be their final battle of the dungeon. The story advances as Dark Magician comes out of the woods. He gives you chilling terror with his eyes glowing inside the veil. He is all set to take revenge for his dead comrades. He activates a special skill. Due to it, he makes all the monsters come out on the ground. They are the same monsters with whom our heroes fought earlier, primarily skeletons and knights. Kim and his team stand the ground to fight the Dark Magician and his swamp monsters, while the utility dealer seems a bit frightened and he hints towards fighting the swamp monsters. On the other hand, Tanker is acting all tough and wants to take down the Dark Magician. Tanker, acting like the boss of their group, orders Assassin and Kim, but before he can complete his sentence, Assassin, acting overconfident as usual, moves forward to fight the Dark Magician solely. Tanker tries to get a hold of her, but she does not listen to anyone and moves forward to attack quickly with her daggers out. Both Kim and Tanker look worried as they know it can be dangerous to act recklessly. Kim knows about the situation as he has more experience than them, so he is a bit more anxious. Assassin gets heads-on with the Dark Magician on her own. She uses a similar technique to launch her first attack as she used in the previous fights, but the Dark Magician easily blocks her attack as he uses shield magic around him. That also comes out as a surprise for the Assassin. By blocking the attack of Assassin with his shield, the Dark Magician launches another technique that enables him to make his opponents go half-blind. The Assassin tries her best to stop the attack, but has already affected her eyes. The Dark Magician looks at the benefit of having close-range fights. Other teammates also look anxious of the prevailing danger as the Dark Magician has got their top damage-causing member. Tanker comes forward unhesitantly to fight the Dark Magician. He takes the Assassin under his protection. As Tanker moves forward with a strong heart, he gets attacked by the Dark Magician. This time, he uses an acid explosion attack. It is hard for Tanker to handle its damage. The acid explosion attack decreases the endurance of the Tanker's shield. To much of his surprise, the acid penetrates inside the shield. On top of that, the attack is also being launched on other group members. The healer becomes the main target this time. She also gets severely injured. The utility dealer assists her and tries to hold her, but she's already been badly hurt. The skeletons are up to attack them, but they look stronger than usual as they are the Dark Magician's swamp monsters. The utility dealer realizes the situation, but is too late for them to fall back. While facing the Dark Magician, Tanker learns that the utility dealer and the healer are dead. In no time, he realizes the intelligence of the Dark Magician as he knows Tanker would come forward to save the Assassin and leave an open space for his swamp monsters to attack the other group members that are not primarily good at combat. While Tanker and Assassin are struggling, Kim explains the situation to them. He explains that the Dark Magician has higher intellectual capabilities because he has more human-like traits, unlike the rest of the monsters. To fight such an enemy, they need proper planning. Otherwise, it would end badly. The Assassin also grasps the situation and realizes her previous method was useless. To defeat this enemy, they need to work with a proper strategy. She looks more disappointed, but Kim knows it was out of her intellect about facing monsters like that because they are rare even at their stage. Tanker asks for Kim's solution to this matter, and he has the same answer. That enemies like these can be fought with proper planning. Kim then suggests to them his plan and wants them to give him proper attention. The Dark Magician stands tall while maintaining his shield. To surprise the Dark Magician, Tanker runs towards him, aiming to attack with full force. But still, the Dark Magician stops it with his shield. While both of them are having a hard time fighting each other, the back of the Dark Magician is open to attack. Kim and the Assassin take the perfect opportunity to launch an attack from behind. The Assassin comes full force with her dagger and strikes the shield from behind. Kim also attacks the shield from behind. It gets the attention of the Dark Magician towards them and makes him furious. While he attacks Kim, Tanker again comes into action and saves Kim. The Dark Magician loads his fist, uses the acid explosion technique again, and stands without problem as he thinks his shield is unbreakable. On the other hand, the Tanker is going full power as well. All of them attack his shield from 3 quadrants. Due to the acid attack, the Tanker's shield endurance is decreasing. His shield is on the brink of being destroyed. Kim also hints towards the endurance of the Tanker's shield, but he is still holding it stiff and a little worried. Kim is stunned to learn about the tenacity of the Tanker's shield. Tanker also looks terrified while being head-to-head with the Dark Magician. So the shield of Tanker is broken and the acid explosion attack hits him badly. The Assassin is also really worried about her comrade being attacked. She has her dagger penetrate the Dark Magician's shield. This gets the attention of the Dark Magician, and he attacks her quickly, facing backward. Now both the Assassin and the Tanker are on the ground. From their crew, only Kim is still standing and is face-to-face with the Dark Magician. So it comes to a 1 versus 1 between Kim and the Dark Magician. Both Kim and the Dark Magician look tired. That gives Kim some confidence that he needs solid strikes to eliminate the Dark Magician. Kim rushes towards the Dark Magician to finish him as soon as possible. Otherwise, he will regain his strength. The Dark Magician rises above the ground to launch his attack, but Kim is determined to kill him. In a situation like this, another problem comes forward for Kim. A large monster stands before him to attack Kim with his hammer. Kim dodges the attack swiftly. That gets the attention of the Dark Magician as he also looks terrified. The situation makes him enraged. Kim is aiming to attack the weak spot of his shield. He launches a powerful attack in the weak region of the shield and punches the Dark Magician directly in the face by penetrating through the shield. By doing so, he takes down the Dark Magician. That means they have cleared the dungeon. It gives some rewards to Kim as well. Kim achieves the 202 level directly, increasing by 3 ranks. By doing so, Kim gets the role of Bug Eater. That means he gets all the weapons for being a Bug Eater. Kim feels cheerful about this. Tanker regains some strength and gets up while holding the Assassin. Kim with questioning eyes. He explains that he cannot leave the Assassin as her condition is still critical. In the meantime, Kim is scrolling through the features of his newly gained powers. There he describes the situation about his attitude toward the Tanker. Kim knows the buff that increases power also decreases the player's endurance. It takes us into the flashback that how they cleared the dungeon so quickly. It was not only because of Kim and the assassin, but mainly because of the tanker, as he was the one who blocked all the intense attacks. And the reason why Tanker could not fight that well against the Dark Magician was because his endurance got weak in the process. That leaves Tanker speechless. Kim activates the Bug Eater mode as he has become a Bug Eater. This feature enables him to see the bug players, and being a Bug Eater, his stats will increase if he defeats a bug player, while the Tanker is still acting in a confused manner. Kim clears the situation by equipping his fighting weapons. He is set to defeat the Tanker. That makes the Tanker completely insane. His looks tell it all. A cold-staring Tanker still holding the unconscious assassin is ready to take him down. He already stands at 216 level. As the tale goes further, Kim uncovers the truth about the Tanker. Tanker, on the other hand, looks provoked and confused at the same time. Angry at Kim and confused about the fact that Kim knows his truth, but now he is ready to fight. But before fighting Kim, he throws the assassin to the ground harshly. The assassin, already hurt badly, could not stand lying there for over 30 minutes. At the same moment, Tanker equips his shield and is set to kill the assassin, so that only Kim and him will fight. He launches his attack with full strength toward the assassin with the help of his shield, but Kim swiftly gets the assassin out of danger. By doing so, Tanker's shield put a dent in the ground where the assassin was lying. Kim gets the assassin to a safer spot and asks Tanker why he attacked his comrade. Tanker appears stronger than before by equipping a more advanced level shield. He answers that he does not want the assassin to wake up and discover his true reality while fighting Kim, so it would be better for her to die. Kim's hatred towards the Tanker grows more after hearing such low values from his mouth. Tanker replied, smirkingly, "Why is Kim so hyper about the situation? He is not an angel himself." He accuses Kim of being a bug player too. That gives Kim some chills about being exposed. He remembers his fight with the dragon and being at the top with the help of a bug. He seems very surprised at how Tanker can find out about his true reality. In the meantime, Tanker, being all responsive, tries to explain the situation. He refers to Kim in battle with the orcs. He says that he knows Kim has used bugs since then. That relieves Kim a little bit, as the Tanker is completely misunderstood. He is talking about Kim's new life and not the previous one in which he was the top-ranked player. But in this life, Kim has never used a bug. Kim wants to know Tanker's true purposes, for which Tanker gives a satin smile, and asks Kim to give him his bug. A bug is an error that makes its user extremely powerful. Certain conditions must be met if any user wants to become a bug player. Each bug has its specific conditions. The equipment burst bug activates when someone uses 3 same equipment for 60 minutes. It is hard for one player to use different types of bugs. While explaining, Tanker gets his arm up with his shield equipped to attack Kim. He further explains that players like him use different tactics for using different bugs. After explaining all that, he launches a dominant attack on Kim with the help of his shield. Tanker, being all talkative, further explains to Kim that his reason for attacking Kim is to take his bug. Kim gets the damage from the attack. Tanker gives an offer to Kim that if he tells him his secret technique to use his bug, he will let him live. Kim seems exhausted and he tries to explain that he is not a bug player. But on the other hand, Tanker firmly believes that Kim is a bug user. He refers to his amazing performance against the Orc and the Dark Magician, and further explains that no ordinary player can do something like that. Kim is still exhausted because of the continuous fighting. Tanker advances further to give Kim a strong blow, still talking about the reason for Kim's power. He attacks Kim and Kim hardly blocks it. Kim is pushed backward due to Tanker's attack. They are again head-to-head. Tanker appears dominant throughout the fight. Kim is also frustrated with being accused for the first time of using a bug, even though he does not use the bug now. He grasps that no matter how hard he explains to Tanker that he is not a bug player, Tanker will not believe him. On top of that, Kim's health power has also decreased to a devastating level. It is all because he just had fought the Dark Magician, and after putting in so much effort, he was able to take him down, and now he has to fight Tanker, who is also a bug player. To survive, Kim has to beat Tanker. Kim is thinking of a way to take him down. Ordinary attacks will not affect Tanker, so to beat him, Kim needs a strategy. As Kim moves backward, his foot touches something that gives him a little pain shock. Kim is a little amazed after seeing the thing that hurt him. Tanker stands tall, ready to launch other attacks. On the other hand, our hero is busy collecting empty bottles, which they have left after drinking a potion from it. Tanker advances to charge Kim while he is busy collecting empty bottles. He gives Kim a blow in the gut. Kim keeps resisting it while working on a strategy, so he wants more time. He keeps resisting and tries to fight back, but Tanker blocks Kim's attack easily with his shield. Tanker attacks back by giving Kim a reality check, as Kim's direct attack will not affect him. As a result, Kim falls to the ground and Tanker gets more frustrated because Kim attacked him, knowing it will not affect him. Kim asks him why he wants to kill his comrade to acquire a bug. Tanker again replies with a smirk, saying that he can go at any height in order to get stronger. Tanker justifies his statement by saying that every player wants to become stronger than others. That takes him to the flashback when he was weak, remembering how jealous he was when the assassin performed better than him. Tanker was jealous of others and kept those things hidden inside his heart. He says using a bug to get stronger than others is okay. He can do anything to get stronger. While they were talking, Kim has a bottle filled with liquid and seems to attack Tanker with it. He insults Tanker for giving out such nonsense. The Tanker is furious after listening to his insult. Just after that moment, Kim throws the bottle filled with liquid toward Tanker. Tanker blocks it with his shield, but it decreases the durability of Tanker's shield. The Tanker is just surprised and thinks, how is it possible? Why is the durability of his shield decreasing? Guess what is the liquid inside the bottle? It is none other than the acid left from the acid bomb attacks of the Dark Magician. Remember how badly it hurt Tanker? That is why Kim filled the bottles with acid to use against Tanker. The Tanker is fully surprised after hearing this, while Kim has something more in his hands behind him. That explains the situation. Kim resisted Tanker's attack and made him talk relentlessly to buy some time. Kim has half a dozen acid-filled bottles in his hands and looks confident. He asks Tanker whether he likes the taste of acid or not. That aggravates the situation more for Tanker. He is full of aggression, just ready to blow up. Kim is not giving him any time and throws the acid-filled bottles at him. And the durability of the Tanker starts decreasing quickly. Now this is the time for the Tanker to take some pain. Acid attacks surely hurt him a lot. The situation gets worse as Kim keeps on attacking Tanker with acid-filled bottles. The Tanker's durability is about to run out completely. To avoid that, he needs to stop taking the help of the bug, as the bug, when increases power, also decreases endurance capabilities. But he fears that he will not be able to defeat Kim without using a bug. While Tanker is in doubt, Kim jumps higher to launch a strike. He hits him hard, not only destroying his shield, but his punch reaches Tanker's face. The Tanker goes into a paralyzed state. Kim's punch affected him badly. Now this is the perfect opportunity for Kim to eliminate him. Kim activates the Bug Eater skill attack that was also used on him when he was a Bug Eater, and it eliminated him. Kim is all ready to finish Tanker off. Kim simplifies things to Tanker before killing him that his thinking has a flaw in it. Not everyone is like him. And says one more thing while finishing him off, that he has those views because he has also gone through that phase. And that is the end for Tanker. Kim knows the bug power is not real, and one loses it eventually. Kim takes down the Tanker. He makes it with the help of his newly gained Bug Eater powers. By killing Tanker, Kim's level increases 10 steps from 202 when he killed the Dark Magician to 212 by taking out a Tanker, a bug player. On the other hand, we have an exquisite office. It comprises different machinery, primarily 3 big computer screens. Among them, the middle one is monitoring Kim. Someone is tailing him, and he does not seem very happy with Kim's success. He has something up his sleeve. Kim appears to be a hindrance in his motives. He is none other than the developer of the First Land virtual reality game which Kim is playing. He is actually behind Nabi and not Kim. She is the one who took Kim's previous bug life, as she is also a bug eater. And she is also assisting Kim in his bug eater role. He monitors Kim because he is related to Nabi and does as she says. Then again, we have the assassin resting by the tree. And after a while, she gets completely recovered. As soon as she wakes up, she inquires about Tanker, to which Kim responds that each one of them had died in this game, including Tanker. But the players can reconnect again after a day. She is surprised to see Kim alive even though Tanker died. He had a much higher rank than Kim. So she asks about Kim's wellness. Kim is also surprised to see his level boost by merely taking down one bug player. She feels guilty for her terrible behavior with Kim before, as she always looked down on him for his low level, but now he is the one who single-handedly defeated the Dark Magician. While Kim is about to wind up things, she thanks him for making them clear the dungeon and apologizes for her previous behavior. Kim also seems surprised by her current behavior. She also acknowledged her mistake of acting recklessly in the fight with the Dark Magician, due to which her team members lost their lives. She appears extremely ashamed of herself. Kim changes the environment around by giving her some acceptance, and now Kim will uncover Tanker's reality to her. But when she asks, he again thinks for some time and let it slide. He decided not to expose Tanker's reality. After that, they parted ways. Kim reaches the town and meets Nabi there. Nabi is the bug eater now, assisting Kim in his bug eater role. She teases Kim for his remarks to the Tanker before finishing him off. Kim is embarrassed and she keeps teasing him. Kim is doing all that bug eater role because of her. She is the one who killed Kim's previous character. But she teases him even more by slapping him on the back. She is also surprised that Kim had killed a bug player so early. She congratulates him in a joyous manner. She asks Kim about his experience killing a bug player, but Kim feels it is difficult to answer because her slap is still hurting his back. Kim is confused about his feelings about killing a bug player. He remembers that everything was so sudden that he had to fight Tanker, or otherwise Tanker would kill him. So he just fought back and won. Right after, Nabi also appears, but he seems disinterested in their conversation. After a while, Kim thinks of exploring all the capabilities of a bug eater, so he tries to look up to them. Multiple screen icons appear before him. He wants to know everything about the powers of a bug hunter. The screens show him the features he can get by being a bug hunter. By being a bug hunter, he can distinguish normal players and bug players, can give more damage while fighting against a bug player, and he can also execute the bug player, which will provide Kim everything he owns. But all of this comes with a price that he cannot gain any points by hunting ordinary monsters. He can only gain rewards by hunting the bug players, but the rewards will be more. They appear pretty amazing to Kim, but not to Nabi. According to her, being a bug hunter is a normal role, and sometimes they have to fight against crazy bug players for which the bug hunter features are insufficient. Strong bug players are difficult to kill, just like Tanker, as he used equipment, performance burst. Kim knows how hard it is to defeat them, as they can only be defeated if you know their weaknesses. She tells him about the monsters who have eaten a lot of bugs. She is only telling him all of this so that he can have a break from his fantasies. His powers are not as powerful as they appear. They can help them endure a bit against a bug player. She looks pretty scary while explaining it to Kim. Kim, on the other hand, is fully motivated to defeat the bugs. Nabi again starts to make fun of Kim by holding his mouth. That is what she likes most about Kim, the habit of being ready to face challenges. Kim is irritated because his cheeks are being captured. Nabi expects a lot from Kim. That is why she warns him not to disappoint her. She leaves Kim and goes while telling him about the enormous amount of opportunities he may have for catching bugs. Kim is relieved when she leaves. She wants Kim to reach level 700 again, and leaves with a pretty smile and cat eyes. After 5 hours, Kim is standing confused in the battle arena. Kim is mad at Nabi because she told him that he would get to see a lot of bug players. But the situation is quite the contrary. He has searched the village repeatedly and has been through all the famous fighting spots where players are fighting with monsters, but he could not find even one player since then. He has just been wandering around for 5 hours for nothing. Due to disappointment, Kim thinks all of this while standing in the fighting arena and covering his face with his hands. Other players present around him are noticing his strange behavior. Nabi just left lying with a nice pretty face. She should have given Kim some tips to find bug players before leaving. Kim now understands that bug players are rare and hard to find, but one can gain a lot of levels by taking down even one. Just like Kim increased 10 levels by killing Tanker. But all of that can only happen if he finds any bug player. Right now, Kim is tired and standing hopelessly in the fighting arena, but other players seem irritated by Kim's presence. Here a man appears in a red costume. He takes Kim's attention towards him. He asks Kim his purpose in the fighting arena, as he is not fighting at all, just standing there keeping the most important spot busy. He threatens Kim about reporting him to the user reporting notice board. Kim is just stunned after hearing this with his mouth open. Kim holds him deliberately and asks him about the user reporting notice board. He explains to Kim about the notice board that all the bad users' names are there, and once someone's name is there, everyone can see it. He threatens Kim more, smirkingly, as Kim is still holding him. Kim's mind clicks on something and he randomly thanks the person threatening to complain about his name to the user reporting notice board. He is also confused about Kim's behavior. Now we are in a dungeon in which a monster is recently defeated. The one who defeated him was Extra. He also appears to be tired from the fight. He stands at level 209. Other players gather around him and praise him for defeating the enemy. All of them have low levels near 190. Extra is not their actual teammate. He helps low-level players in clearing the dungeon for the sake of money. The player is happy after having the rewards in his hands, but Extra is greedy, and for that he also steals the rewards given to other players. He holds his weapon near the low-ranked player's neck and threatens him. He scams the low-ranked players. He clears the dungeon for them for a specific amount of reward, and then after clearing the mission, he takes their rewards too. He appears in front of them with a devilish smile. Other players are ready to stop him, but on the other hand, also terrified because Extra is certainly stronger than them. He thinks so low of the players who hire senior players to assist them in clearing the dungeon. Players surely are terrified of him. Low-ranked player attacks Extra recklessly, but Extra counterattacks and takes him down. The low-ranked player somehow dies because of it. Extra activates his bug mode and looks scarier than ever. He also obtained the power of the player he had just killed. Another low-ranked player hardly threatens him about complaining to the user reporting notice board. But it does not affect Extra as he had been reported previously, yet he is still here. Other low-ranked players are about cry due to hopelessness. Extra is still talking in arrogance that no one can stop him. He still has the same devilish smile. He is now going to obtain all the rewards. But it seems some problem has appeared for Extra. Someone has appeared before his very eyes. It's Kim who comes darting and shoves a punch straight into Extra's gut by equipping an iron gauntlet. Extra has gone senseless after getting struck by Ham. Kim finds out about Extra through the notice board. He has to go through all the details of the bad guys, and after spending some time, he finds Extra. Kim is all fired up to take him down. On the other hand, Extra is now terrified of the situation. The story continues as Kim uses Extra as his punching bag. Extra, on the other hand, is having too much damage because of it. Extra finally gets a bit away from Kim. He is barely standing while holding a weapon in his hand. Extra looks terrified as he understands the situation. Kim outmatches him. On the other hand, Kim is fully determined to take his life. To beat Kim, Extra starts to activate his bug power because he cannot let Kim take his life that easily. Extra looks fierce. He asks Kim about his knowledge of the bug. Kim makes the matter more heated by making fun of Extra's bug. Kim did not know that Extra could use the bug in the first place. He knows that bugs also have disadvantages. They are not beneficial all the time. He remembers himself, how his bug made him weaker. The bug with a strong power has a loophole too, which your opponent can exploit, just like the case of Tanker, in which acid bombs decrease his endurance. On the contrary, Extra is all charged up. His bug gets activated. Kim offends Extra by degrading his bug more. Extra, in full range, attacks Kim with his weapon and aims directly at his neck. Kim dodges it swiftly and smoothly. All furious, Extra's weapon hits the ground. The power of his bug increases. He manipulates the bug by drinking different potions together. The disadvantage Extra's bug has is it can be activated only for a minimum amount of time. After that, it just fades and Extra's power comes to a minimum level. But Extra does not care about it as he is now stronger than Kim. He aims to finish Kim before he runs out of bug power. Extra is ready to fight Kim, but Kim understands the situation and decides not to fight Extra right now. Kim ridiculously runs away to fight Extra when his power levels will go down. He again makes fun of Extra. Extra is just standing in confusion. Extra is down after the next 10 minutes. Kim kills him and sits on his back, wondering how easily he beat him. By defeating Extra, Kim's level increases 8 points. He now stands at level 220. That makes Kim gleeful. Here we have a monster from which everyone is running away. He is a PK user who finds it fun to kill other users. He is gigantic, wearing sharp weapons in his hands, and he is about to kill a girl. Out of nowhere, Kim comes into the scene, punching stiffly in his abdomen, surely taking him down. In the next scene, a fancy player wears a knight's armor. He has opened a portal in which he intends to go now. Here our hero comes punching in his face and taking him down. Now we are back in town. After one busy day, Kim reaches level 274. He takes down one more bug. Kim has so far defeated 20 bug players. The person Kim just killed was now known as the notorious assassin of the village. People notice Kim's actions and wonder about his identity. Kim is all happy about his success. It gives him confidence and now he is ready to reach level 700. While Kim is all happy, he hears something. It is the person Kim just defeated. He tells Kim about someone who is selling bugs while dying. Kim seems to have heard the same story before. He remembers fighting back the previous bugs. Some of them also said the same thing before dying. Some of them even regret having the bug in the first place. It is like someone is forcefully giving them bugs. The person giving them bugs gets his work done by making them a deal about removing their bug if they do his work. He threatens them to do so. Kim is sitting on a bench in the village. He is wondering about the person who's selling bugs. Kim remembers that in previous times people also activated a cheap bug and sold it to others for money. He's wandering all of this up but takes a break from finding the main guy and thinks of defeating little guys found on the notice board. He knows he can easily increase his ranks but also feels guilty about not finding the real culprit. He gets terrified after remembering Nabi, as she will be mad if he does not take down the real guy. While he is all caught up in his thoughts about finding a way to catch the main guy, a midget comes running toward him. It is as if he is running away from someone. Kim is confused about it, and Green Pang Pang stops to take a breath. While he is about to tell Kim something, some hands come behind the wall and take him away. He was crying and in need of help. Kim stands up and looks for him. But it was sudden, and Kim also felt strange about the whole scenario. He comes forward to discover the reality by taking his face out while standing behind the wall. He sees two people chattering. Kim is surprised to see them, and the little guy is barely keeping his tears standing in front of them. Kim activates his bug eater mode, and look who is here. They are none other than his previous teammates from the dungeon. It is Tanker and Assassin again. The Tanker has reached a low level at 161, but Assassin has her rank intact and has even increased some points. They are arguing about the fate of the little guy. To our surprise, Assassin is also a bug user this time, and it looks like someone also gave them a bug on force and is forcing them to do his work, like capturing the little guy and making him a bug, so that he will remove the bug of Tanker and Assassin. Kim observes the whole situation while being all set to fight if needed. Kim also gets a hint about their doing. Tanker wants to do as the bug seller tells them to remove their bug. He also seems to be fed up with using bugs, while Assassin was arguing about not doing things that way. He threatens the Assassin to do as the seller says or die and get a new player. It is difficult for an Assassin as she cannot lose all her points, so she looks confused and terrified about the decision to make. Tanker gets his hand on the terrified little guy. He still has the same devilish smile and is all set to make the little guy a big player. Here our hero comes into the scene by directly striking Tanker in the head and mocking him. Kim understands the situation and knows Tanker's reason for his actions. On the other hand, Tanker is horrified after seeing Kim, as Kim was the one killing him before. Kim once again kills Tanker as he is still not changed. The Assassin is also surprised after seeing Kim. Kim seems nice to her, although she is also a bug player. While both of them are discussing things, someone is watching them through the upper room window of the building behind them. They are talking about Kim, and they seem to know all about Kim. Their faces are not shown, and they are all in darkness. Their eyes glow as if they hate Kim. They discuss attacking Kim. They also seem to be somehow related to Nabi. A girl among them suggests they leave Kim this time as they seem to be on another mission. She suggests capturing someone else who appears to be the bug seller, and this may be the best opportunity for them to catch him. All of them are ready to charge at the bug seller, and they are also bug hunters. They are mad at Kim because Kim was a former bug player, and now he is hunting other bug players, acting all innocent. The tale goes forward as we reach a place known as the Player Market. This place is crowded with people and comprises different shops and buildings. Several skills are being sold there. In the marketplace, there is a shop in which they sell stats-increasing potions. This shop is present in the uncrowded area of the marketplace. It looks completely deserted from the outside. No person is present there. Now we are inside the shop. A scary-looking person is inquiring about the players who eradicate bugs, and he listens to him very carefully. Look who he is. That is none other than Extra complaining about Kim as he defeated him, and because of that, Extra is at a much lower level now. The shopkeeper's mind directly hints about the bug hunters after listening to Extra's story, the same ones who were observing Kim through the window. He is pretty pissed off. He takes out a bottle filled with some potion. The seller further explains bug hunters to Extra. He admits to having faced bug hunters before by looking at his reflection in the potion bottle, totally furious. He abuses them for their actions. By saying so, he gives the potion bottle to Extra and ensures him the recovery of his lost points with the help of that potion. Extra is grateful after receiving it while sitting on the floor with his face downward. He orders Extra to drink it and make a disturbance in the game. Extra's smile tells all about his evil motives and he is excited to drink the potion. He stands all scared by having a tattoo on his hand. He wants Extra to create chaos in the game so that their organization, Tarantula, can benefit from it. Someone else has also entered his shop. He glances sideways at them. It is a lovely couple who wants to buy stat-increasing potion. The male wants to give her stat-increasing potion as a gift. They ask if they have reached the right place for buying stat-increasing potion. While he is standing still, all sacred, a fake smirk on his face and a sudden change of attitude. He starts acting like a sweet manager who welcomes his customers. While doing so, he quickly engraved his hand on which there was a tattoo. On the other hand, Kim is listening to the assassin. She explains to him how they got into this situation. The tanker went to buy stat increasing, but the evil seller tricked him and gave him a potion of bugs instead. Tanker asked Assassin to help him get rid of the evil shopkeeper. Assassin, being reckless as usual, goes with him to beat the evil shopkeeper. Kim ridicules her that she should have reported him to the board instead of going to the evil seller directly, but we all know how she is, taking actions without thinking due to her ego. She also feels bad about herself. When she reached the shop, the evil seller forcefully put the bug potion into her mouth, and she accidentally gulped it down. After that, he made her accept that he would remove her bug if she brought other players to him. Assassin is confused about this problem as this is her first time in this scenario. Kim is thinking about the true motive of the evil seller as he does not do this for money or robbing anything from the players. Assassin knows how bad it is. Thinking about her foolishness and the evil seller makes her enraged. She knows about the shopkeeper, so she gently denies Kim's request for help as she thinks he cannot get rid of him. She thinks of reporting the evil shopkeeper. She is surprised when Kim responds confidently that he can do it. Kim is motivated to remove her bug. He asks her about the location of the evil seller while equipping weapons, but she is not convinced Kim can dominate him as he is too strong. Kim wants revenge for her and wants to increase his points, so he decides to go no matter what. On the other hand, the assassin shivers due to fear as the evil seller is too strong. To her, he is even stronger than Kim. Now we are back in the shop where the bottle filled with bug potion just fell. The evil seller looks satisfied, while on the other hand, the girl has a really hard time fighting a system error caused by a bug. The boy understands that there is something else in the potion, and it is not stat-increasing potion. The evil seller describes the reality of the potion as it contains bugs and not stat-increasing potion while moving towards them. He moves his hand towards the boy and holds his jaw. The guy is already hurt, and further describes the details of the bug he gave her. He explains that the bug is the worst quality and will take her stats down instead of increasing them. She does not have enough time and will die soon. The evil seller activated a bug that would weaken her the more she fought. She takes shelter behind the boy while he teases them more with his mockery. Boy, on the other hand, is furious. He equips a silver sword and targets the evil shopkeeper. He aims toward his face while his sword is about to touch the evil shopkeeper. He is fully calm. It is about to touch his eye, and suddenly, he destroys the weapon and makes a counterattack. It shatters the boy's weapon completely. The girl takes care of the boy. While all that is going on, he makes them the same offer he made to Tanker and Assassin. He tells them to hurt others or bring them here so that he can affect more people. If they listen to him, he will remove her bug. The girl declines the offer on his face. He holds her by the collar and terrifies the girl more. He stands all scared and wants them to obey him. The girl is barely holding her tears while he is continuously threatening her. The assassin enters the room and takes the concentration of the evil seller towards herself. She brings someone with her who is completely covered in a veil. She tells him to stop threatening the couple and take the guy she brings first. The evil seller is happy to see her there. He moves towards them and regards her for bringing a guy rather than throwing away her character. He is still playing with words and harassing her. She is furious about it and wants to take revenge on him. The evil seller offers the bug potion bottle to the unknown guy. The guy in the veil confronts him and tries to make him regret it through words, but the evil sellers all chill and have the same attitude. He gives a piece of advice to the evil seller that he should have stayed hidden rather than telling everyone about himself. Now the move to surely change for the evil seller as well. The evil seller asks about his identity, and our hero is about to uncover himself. He uncovers himself by punching the evil seller directly in the face. He tells his identity to him while punching him and tells him that he is a bug hunter. The punch gets hard to evil shopkeeper. He, in no time, activates his bug to fight against Kim. He attacks Kim back. Assassin looks like she cares for Kim. She is worried due to that attack. She knows how strong the evil sellers are, as she had also tried to fight him, but he destroyed her weapons as soon as she attacked him. His bug probably gives him the ability to destroy opponents' weapons. The evil seller is confident that he has destroyed Kim's weapons and is now all done for. He is enraged at Kim as he tries to teach him a lesson. As he is speaking all proudly, another punch comes to his face, followed by a series of strikes. Kim still has his weapons equipped and activates Bug Eater battering skills. The evil seller is badly hurt as he cannot believe someone can resist his bug power. Kim is also enraged at him because he gives low-quality bugs to others, but keeps the elite ones for himself. After beating him, Kim activates the Bug Eater to finish the attack. He asks him about his actions while finishing him off. Now Kim is going to kill the seller, but he manages to avoid Kim's attack. He counterattacks Kim with a heavy punch, but Kim dodges it, then grabs his forearm and launches a strike that worsens his condition. Meanwhile, the assassin is surprised that Kim's weapon did not break when the evil seller attacked him. Assassin is watching Kim win. On the other hand, Kim is beating the seller out. The seller is also confused about why his bug is not working on Kim. He asked about Kim's knowledge of his bug. That makes Kim a bit embarrassed as he knows most of the bugs. And this is the first time someone asked Kim about the bug, and he does not know about it. He even asked Assassin about the bug seller uses, but Assassin was just shivering with fear and uttering about his power. There she gives Kim a hint about his bug that destroys weapons. Since then, Kim has been afraid as he did not know about this bug. Kim figured it out back when the seller launched his first attack. That takes us to flashbacks. Kim saw the hand in which Seller was holding a bug potion. The seller wore a special glove that helped him destroy his opponent's weapons. When the seller attacked Kim recklessly in the gut after getting frustrated due to Kim's insult, Kim was figuring out a way to know about his exact power. When Seller punches Kim, Kim stops his attack by holding his forearm rather than stopping it by grabbing his hand. Kim is still embarrassed by his lack of knowledge about bugs, although he knows most of them. Kim is again up to something. He sees the helpless couple. One is still unconscious and the other describes Kim and how they got into this mess. That takes Kim into real life, where scums like the seller exist who exploit weak people. He even remembers his younger sister, who is fighting with death, and those scums keep on irritating them. That pisses Kim more as he hates such people who find amusing to hurt others the most. The seller is terrified of Kim because he realizes his end is near. Kim decides not to give him an easy death, but he wants to beat him till he suffers pain before death. Now Kim wants to have some fun, but the situation is alarming for the evil seller. He tries to run away from Kim because the seller knows he will surely die if he fights back against Kim. Well, Kim created a little mess too. Now he has to catch him. He does not want the seller to escape the building. We have some company. While the evil seller is running for his life, someone on the upper floor of the building is watching the whole scenario. The seller is running hard for his life and Kim is struggling to catch him. Boom! The person watching them jumps to the floor towards the seller. Kim is also surprised to see him. He already looks pissed off. He is equipped with swords, and the moment he landed, he slashed his sword toward the seller and injured him severely. Kim is surprised by the new person's skill. He is full of rage wearing a red costume. He keeps beating the seller by sitting on his chest. Kim is now more anxious to know about the person's true identity, and he has the kind of skill only bug hunters own. Right after, it seems the seller and an unknown person know each other. It looks like this stranger is also displeased by the seller. He asks the seller about his business with a smirk, while the seller is just screaming for his life as he knows the time has come. The strong guy holds the seller's arm and aims to finish him and people like him. Before killing the seller, he asks him to give his regards to Kaz. He may be another character that is related to both of them. He fiercely and painfully bites his hand. The seller is screaming and has tears in his eyes with pain. Kim also finds it painful. And that is the end for the evil seller. His real name was Selling Master. Kim is amazed to see someone who took the life of the Selling Master instantly. He also understands that there are more bug hunters like him in Nabi. The other guy is still aggressive. He stares at Kim with displeasing eyes and asks Kim about his business here. Kim is surprised that he knows him but is clueless about this stranger. He also looks very arrogant and looks down upon Kim. He tries to bully Kim but gets dodged away by Kim. He explains to Kim his reality insultingly that he is his senior bug hunter. To make more fun of Kim, he calls him by his last name, Kimfist Potato. Kim had that name in his previous life as a bug player. Kim is still confused about his behavior with Kim. Kim inquires about it, so he ridicules Kim more by saying he wants to kill him but cannot do it because of Nabi. He admits that he has been following Kim for a long time. That explains it all. He may be one of them watching Kim through the window when Kim met Assassin. They even wanted to attack Kim back then but stopped because of Nabi. Nabi appears to know both of them and Kim. He knows everything about Kim, his complete life story. Because Kim reaches the top position by using bugs, he becomes a bug hunter in his new life. The fact that previous bug user is now becoming a bug hunter irritates him a lot. That is why he is so enraged. So he challenges Kim to a head-on fight. Kim knows that he is crossing the line and is acting so recklessly. But Kim also is not ready to tolerate it anymore. Kim is all set to fight him back. He is also mad at him for such behavior. Kim accepts his challenge and tells him to attack. He advances with full force to charge at Kim, but they suddenly stop because 3 more people enter the fight. The girl with blue hair tries to calm the enraged senior. Another guy also stops Kim to have some sense and not fight the same bug hunter as him by referring to Nabi. The other girl keeps the enraged senior stopping. He asks the blue-haired girl her reason to stop his fight with Kim, as she also hates Kim. She responds that hating and attacking the same bug hunter are different things. They seem to be the whole group watching Kim and Nabi through the window, and somehow all of them are related to Nabi. The enraged senior is still blabbering due to anger, while Kim understands that they are all part of the same team. While Kim is still thinking we have some more company here, Nabi comes into the scene and lectures them about controlling their anger. Kim is surprised to see her here, and she knows things are messed up because Kim knows nothing about the other bug hunters who have been observing Kim for a long time. It looks like they are Nabi's comrades. Nabi kept all of this hidden from Kim, and it will take some time explaining to Kim the whole deal. She tells Kim to accompany her so that she can explain everything to him. And that's how the first part of this manhwa ends. Well guys, if you like this video and you want a second part, comment below with the word part 2, also subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell and like the video. But most important, leave a comment. Until the next video.